Hey guys, welcome back to Naughty Threads. In case you're watching our video for the first time, do subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss on any videos. So today's video is related to sewing. We are doing this kind of sleeve pattern, so I thought of sharing it with you guys. So we'll see how this is done on the sleeve. It looks really pretty. Actually my customer wanted it in the same color, so we have used same color, but in fact if you use a contrast color it looks even pretty. So first we have to make these pieces and then we have stitched it, so we'll see step by step how it is done. So we'll have to cut square pieces of fabric, so I'm using the same fabric that is left after stitching the blouse. So here we have just taken around 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square. It depends on you. Depending on the size you want, you can just decide the square size. So one sleeve actually needed around 22 pieces. So now after you cut all these square pieces, you'll have to fold this square piece into triangle and then fold it into half like you see in the video, and then fold these ends like this. Just the tips, try to overlap it and then stitch them one by one so that it just stays in place. If we do this step, then it is very easy for us to fix this to the sleeve later. So you can see one more time, we are folding the square into a triangle and then again making it into a triangle and then folding the edges. So you'll have to make sure all your pieces are of same length. In case if one square is big and the other is small, then even the end will result in the same thing. One will end up big and the other will end up as small. So this is how we will do all the pieces one by one. And once these pieces are ready, then we will also see how to stitch the piping for the blouse. We generally do dory piping, which gives a very neat finishing to any blouse, so we'll see how we do that. So for one sleeve we have already stitched it here and this is how it looks. We are going to cut it before we stitch them to the sleeve, just like this. We'll separate them because right now we have randomly stitched it, so we cannot use it like this. So we'll have to cut out each piece and separate it from this line. So the same thing can be done even on the back neck and front neck. The same pattern can be also used in kurti neckline. It looks really pretty, especially if it has a contrast bottom. So now we have cut some cross pieces like this and we are stitching, we are joining this cross piece to make it one long piece. This part is done for dory piping. So usually all my blouses, whatever we stitch, it goes with piping. We give piping in the front neck, back neck, sleeve and even in the waistline. Only then the finishing of the blouse will look really nice. So since it was a cotton blouse, the material was very thin and the piping thread was showing out. So that is the reason we have put lining in the piping. So that is exactly what he is doing. He is also stitching the lining in cross piece, joining all the cross pieces to make it one long piece. Now we are using this white piping dory. We have placed the lining inside and then the main fabric outside, and we'll have to stitch like this. So this is what forms a dory piping. And this is the smallest size of dory. This is available in roll, just in case you're not aware. You can find it in any tailoring material shop. But this method is very good. You can also do double colored and three layered piping using the same method. So we'll have to stitch the complete length so that we can use the same long piece for the neckline, waistline and sleeve. So this actually saves lot of time rather than doing piece by piece separately. If you join all the cross pieces to make it one long piece and prepare your dory piping like this, it will save good amount of time. So once this is done, we will cut the excess margin that is there. We'll just need about a 1/4 inch seam allowance for this one, and then he's just trimming off all the excess. Now we have faced the right side of the piping on the right side of the sleeve, and we are just attaching it in the sleeve round. Once one sleeve is done, he'll again add another sleeve to add the same piping. So remember, when you're doing this step, the right side of the piping has to face the right side of the sleeve, meaning the dory should be on top and the raw edge should be in the bottom. So once this is done, we'll trim off the excess dory piping that is left, and we'll separate the sleeves like this. And now we will add those pieces that we have already stitched. Again, the right side of that piece has to face the right side of the sleeve. This is how you will have to place it. So we are leaving the margin. I'm not adding these pieces in the margin. So from the stitch line, we are going to place these pieces and stitch it one next to the other, like this. But remember to place the right side of this piece towards the right side of the sleeve. So the same method can be followed even while stitching the neckline for the kurti or blouse. So one by one, do not leave any gap. You'll have to stitch them all together without leaving any gap. So this is a very easy pattern that you guys can try, but the sleeve looks really pretty once it is complete. So we'll have to stitch the same way till the end. So in case you want to use contrast color, then that will look even good, but my customer, like I already mentioned, she wanted it in the same material, so we are using the same material. So when we flip it, this is how it looks. This is how it looks. So this we'll have to stitch it with the lining and then attach it to the body part. So here it is. This is how it looks once the sleeve is complete. So the lining still has to be attached, and after the lining is attached to the sleeve needs to be attached to the body part of the blouse. So the pattern looks really nice when you actually wear it. So in case you're stitching blouses at home, do give it a try and let me know how you like it. So this is the final look. Do let me know what you think about this video, and if you want to see more such videos, do comment below. I guess that's all. Don't forget to subscribe to my vlog channel, that is Kanika Reddy Vlogs, and also check out my blog naughtythreads.net. And for all jewelry making related material and kuchu material and ari material, you know what to do. Just place your orders on www.naughtythreads.com, and don't forget to follow us on all our social media like Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, ShareChat and Roposo. So I guess that's all in today's video. I shall see you guys soon with more interesting stuff. Until then, take care guys. Bye bye.